So here's how payment journals work. If you go to accounting and you go to configuration, bank accounts, you'll be able to create your different bank accounts. You could have an Amazon here, and you'll be able to automate the synchronization or import of those bank statements, which we'll talk about in just a second. You can also have Walmart here, and you'd sync it with an account. Now, once you have those, you go to your overview, you'll see they're down here, Amazon, Walmart, and if I go here to settings, I'll also be able to specify, as I mentioned, the synchronization, and you can have it come in every week, every 2 weeks, every month, every day, or every 4 hours. And you sync your account and it'll import those statements. So let's say we have an open invoice for someone who paid from Walmart, right? Well, actually, I'll create the order just to show you here. This is a brand new database too, so there's no data, no customers or products in it. Let's call this test product. So we have this sale order, we import it in, it's good to go, we confirm it, and we'll be able to create our invoice. And once the invoice is created, you'll see it's in the draft stage as we went over. Once I validate it, it posts the journal entries. And the journal entries are obviously, it's going to hit the customer invoices account and the customer invoices journal, and then the AR for account. Once I register payment, you'll be able to register it against Amazon, Walmart, Cash, or Bank, or any other payment journals that you have in the system. So that's one way to do it, to register a payment through here. You can also go to accounting and register a payment through here by creating a payment, specify here the customer, the amount, and then the journal. And the last way is to just leave the invoice open. As we'll see here, one unpaid invoice for $143.75. And when your import comes in, so let's say from Amazon, let's create a bank statement automatically. I'm going to say bank statement from 1/31/2019, and the list of transactions, let's just say, test transaction. This is the transaction, the customer comes over, the customer who paid, and the amount that the customer paid here. We can specify an ending balance as well. So this would come in just like that, and you'd see that every 2 weeks as your bank statements came in, you'd be able to reconcile them. It would land in Odoo like this, and your accounting team would open it up and say, we have one to reconcile. They'd open it up, and Odoo would automatically take that test transaction, and it would pair it with that open invoice, and you'd be able to, if it wasn't the right invoice for whatever reason, you could pair it with another invoice, and you can just click reconcile, and Odoo will reconcile that account, that transaction according, against the Amazon journal here. And if I go to the invoice, you'll see that invoice is now marked as paid up here. And I can see it was paid on 1/31, and I see all that action here. And I can go to the journal entries and see here, this is the entry of the actual invoice, debit, accounts receivable, credit, tax, and product sales, and then the reconciled entry is the Amazon journal via this reference bank statement, and it's obviously a payment. And if I open it up and look at those entries, right, it's going to debit Amazon and it's going to credit accounts receivable, and that's how it would balance itself out. So to answer your question, that is how you'll be able to handle a transaction as such. Same concept for Walmart, same concept for any of your other payment journals, right? It would, as those bank statements come into the journal, you'll be able to match them against open invoices in Odoo or against paid invoices in Odoo in order to reconcile the data that you have in Odoo against the data that came from your bank so that you can ensure what's in Odoo matches that which is in the bank. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and let me know.